Welcome to the Inside Business, the podcast that pulls back the curtain on the industries you think you know. I'm your host, Zia. Every day, we scroll past them on Instagram, watch their videos on TikTok, and follow their lives on YouTube. They're the new wave of celebrity, the digital entrepreneurs of our time, influencers.
And I'm Alec. The image they project is one of effortless success, luxury travel, designer clothes, and a constant stream of new products. It leaves us all wondering, how do they actually make their money? Is it all just free stuff? Or is there a complex financial engine running just out of sight? And more importantly, are they all as wealthy as they appear?
That's the million-dollar question, Alec. Today, we're diving deep into the influencer economy. We'll break down the visible revenue streams, uncover the hidden deals, and reveal the financial reality that most influencers face. So let's start with the basics, the methods you can see right on your screen. The most obvious one is sponsored content.
Right. The classic hashtag ad or sponsored.
Exactly. This is the bread and butter for many. A brand pays an influencer a flat fee to create and post content featuring their product or service. This could be an Instagram post, a series of stories, a dedicated YouTube video, or a 30-second TikTok. The fees vary wildly, from a few $100s for a micro-influencer with 10,000 followers to hundreds of thousands of dollars for a top-tier creator with millions.
And those fees aren't just pulled out of a hat. They're based on key metrics. Follower count is the most obvious, but what brands really care about is engagement rate, the percentage of their audience that actually likes, comments, and shares the content. An influencer with 100,000 highly engaged followers in a specific niche, say vintage watch collecting, can often command higher fees than a general lifestyle influencer with 500,000 passive followers.
That's a crucial point. Niche is power. Okay, so alongside direct sponsorships, there's another very common method, affiliate marketing. You've probably seen this with link in bio or swipe up to shop links.
The Amazon storefronts.
Precisely. With affiliate marketing, the influencer earns a commission, typically between 5 and 30%, for every sale generated through their unique link. It's a performance-based model. They don't get paid for the post itself, but for the sales it drives. For creators with a very loyal and trusting audience, this can be incredibly lucrative, sometimes even more so than a flat-fee sponsorship.
But it's also a volume game. A 10% commission on a $20 product is only $2. You need to drive a massive amount of traffic and conversions to see a significant return. It really only works if your audience implicitly trusts your recommendations. One bad product recommendation can shatter that trust and kill your affiliate income overnight.
True, the final visible revenue stream is the direct platform payouts. Think YouTube's AdSense, where creators get a cut of the ad revenue shown on their videos, or the TikTok Creator Fund, which pays creators based on views.
People often overestimate this one. While it can be substantial for YouTubers with millions of views per video, the payout rates, or CPMs, can fluctuate wildly based on the video's topic, the time of year, and the audience's demographics. And for platforms like TikTok, the Creator Fund payouts are notoriously small. For most, it's a nice bonus, not a primary source of income. It's certainly not enough to fund a lavish lifestyle.
Okay, so that covers the basics: sponsorships, affiliates, and ad revenue. But that's really just the tip of the iceberg. The more established influencers build much more sophisticated business models. Let's talk about brand ambassadorships.
This is the next level up from a one-off sponsored post.
It is. This is a long-term partnership, often lasting 6 months, a year, or even longer. The influencer becomes an official face of the brand. This involves a package of deliverables, say 2 Instagram posts, 4 stories, and 1 YouTube integration per month. These deals provide a stable, predictable income, which is rare in this industry. In return, the brand gets a consistent and authentic voice promoting their products.
And these deals often come with an exclusivity clause, meaning the influencer can't work with competing brands. It's a much deeper relationship and a significant step toward building a sustainable career. It moves them from a gig worker to a strategic partner.
Then you have the entrepreneurial route, creating their own products. This is where the real money can be made. We're talking merchandise like t-shirts and hoodies, which is the entry point for many. But the top-tier influencers go much further. They launch their own product lines or even full-fledged companies.
That's the ultimate goal for many. Think of Emma Chamberlain's Chamberlain Coffee, or Logan Paul's Prime Hydration Drink. These aren't just merch, they are standalone businesses that leverage the influencer's massive distribution platform, their audience. Instead of taking a small cut from a brand, they own the entire supply chain. The potential profit is enormous, but so is the risk. It requires a huge upfront investment in product development, manufacturing, and logistics.
A less risky but still very profitable path is selling digital products. This includes things like photo editing presets for aspiring photographers, ebooks with fitness plans or recipes, or online courses teaching a skill they're known for. The beauty of digital products is the profit margin. Once it's created, you can sell it an infinite number of times with almost no overhead.
Right. But just like with affiliate marketing, this relies entirely on the influencer having established genuine credibility and expertise. You're not going to buy a stock trading course from someone who just posts vacation photos. The audience has to believe that person has real value to offer.
So, as you can see, this is already far more complex than it looks, and we haven't even touched on the invisible infrastructure that supports the biggest stars. This brings us to the backroom deals and the role of agencies. Most people don't realize that nearly every major influencer has an agent or is signed to a larger talent management company.
These agencies are the gatekeepers. They connect the brands with the talent. Their job is to find opportunities, negotiate contracts, handle the legal paperwork, and essentially run the business side of things so the creator can focus on creating. For this service, they take a significant cut, typically 15 to 20% of every single deal they broker.
And this is where the truly hidden deals happen. We're talking about things that never appear on a public post. For example, a tech influencer might get paid to consult for a startup, giving them feedback on a new product before it launches. Or a travel influencer might get a deal for usage rights, where a hotel chain pays them a large fee to use their photos in official marketing campaigns for years.
And the most lucrative of all, equity deals. This is the holy grail. A promising new startup, instead of paying a huge cash fee, might offer a top-tier influencer a small percentage of ownership in the company in exchange for a series of promotional posts. If that startup becomes successful and gets acquired or goes public, that small percentage could be worth millions of dollars. That's not income. That's wealth generation.
It's a powerful strategy, but it's reserved for the absolute 1% of creators, which brings us to our final and perhaps most important point, the reality check. After hearing all of this, it's easy to think every influencer is a millionaire, but that couldn't be further from the truth.
Not even close. We have to talk about the expenses. First, you take that 20% off the top for the agency. Then you have taxes, which for a high-earning individual can be upwards of 40 or 50%. Then come the business costs. This isn't just a person with a phone anymore. Top creators have a team: videographers, editors, assistants, accountants. They have to pay for camera gear, software, studio space, and travel. That sponsored trip to Bali? The flights and hotels might be covered, but they're paying their team's day rates to be there filming.
Absolutely. The gross income figure you hear about in an article is wildly different from the net profit that actually lands in their bank account. On top of that, the income is incredibly volatile. A brand can pull its budget at any time. A change in the platform's algorithm can decimate your views overnight. This leads to immense pressure and a high rate of burnout. For every megastar, there are thousands of mid-level influencers who are essentially living gig to gig, working tirelessly just to make what amounts to a decent middle-class salary.
So, the takeaway here is that being an influencer is a real business, a complex, demanding, and often precarious business. The glossy surface we see on our feeds is the result of a sophisticated, multi-layered financial strategy, managed by a team and burdened by significant costs and risks.
It's far from the easy money it's often perceived to be. It's a career that combines artistry with entrepreneurship, and for most, the reality is a constant hustle, not a life of effortless luxury.
That's all the time we have for today on The Inside Business. We hope this gave you a clearer picture of the influencer economy. Join us next week when we take a look inside the secretive world of private equity. Thanks for listening.